Well, welcome in everyone. So if you're just popping in, welcome. This is the Scrapping Irish live Sunday scrap chat. So you're more than welcome in. Good to see everyone. I hope my mic is working because poor old Shark Scrapper was having issues with his at the very beginning of his live. But hopefully it's working okay. So first in tonight was JCT, followed by Poosmate, and I think I see Mike just popping in there at the there he is. Hi all. I should be back in Ireland again now, but couldn't get the time off work. Family is over there at the moment. Oh, well, the weather's actually improving, Poosmate. So it was raining for all of July, so you didn't miss much. Well, I think you were over in July for a week or so, but it rained for the rest of the month, and now the sun is back today anyhow, so that's good. So welcome in, guys. Good to see you. What has everyone been working on? I always ask that question. Well, we know what Mike's been working on. He's been picking up PCs galore and servers and laptops and you name it, he's got it. Welcome in HA I was going to say HH Recycling. So welcome in. Yeah, so Mike has been picking up loads of stuff. I have a little bit of a pickup to do on Tuesday. It's only going to be about maybe 5-6 PCs, but hey, they all add up. Hey, Philip, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Hope all is good with you. I have put the link out, I think. Let me have a quick look to make sure I have the link out. Yes, I have a pin there. So link is pinned. So Big Country Scrapper, welcome in. See you, Scrapping, welcome in. Did someone say Earl was in? Did I miss Earl? I did. Earl Fowler, welcome in. Good to see you. Let me see you. Scrapping on the fly. Good to see that guy is flat to the mat, working hard as he always. If you haven't checked out some of his videos, check out his videos, guys. He is one hell of a worker. Actually, all the scrappers coming in here to have YouTube channels are all working like hell. It's a hard life trying to make money from scrap, and a lot of people are at it. Again, for me, it's just a hobby, so it doesn't matter if I don't pick stuff up for a couple of weeks or if I pick stuff up. It doesn't really matter. You know, but to these guys like Scrapping on the Fly, HH Recycling, them guys, they're doing it as a living. Shark Scrapper, E-Waste Mike, all them guys are doing it as a living. So they scrap it all, welcome in as well. Big Country Scrapper as well. Who did I miss? Anyone coming in? Optimus Prime, welcome in, guys. Don't forget to hit the like on your way in. As always, Ralph Morrick up there further. I missed him coming in because I was just checking something. Daniel, welcome in. Good to see you. He was over on Shark Scrapper's side as well. Yes, so poor old Shark was having a bit of an issue at the beginning with his microphone, but it all went good then after that. You always get these little glitches sometimes. That's why you just have to stick with it. And speaking of the man himself, here he is.
That was really weird.
I thought I was going to say his microphone's not working again, but it is. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was, as Ralph said, it was when you put up, you were grand at the beginning, then you put up that chart and you were going through the stuff and it just went really bad. Now, the same happened last week when we were off here and we were talking among ourselves. Remember, but that was because you were rendering a video in the background, you said. So I thought maybe, oh, that's what's happening again. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your driver needs to be updated on your sound card or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I had to do a number of updates this week because the SD card reader that's in this PC was acting up. So I'll have to go in and see if there are any other updates that it's like sometimes I feel like with these computers, it's like when it's working, I don't want to touch anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I see stuff come up like, oh, time to update your computer or whatever. I'm here. No, it's working okay. I ain't updating anything.
Yeah. So I always get nervous when those especially the ones that you don't have any control of, like the Windows updates.
Yeah.
It's like it's automatically updated. It's like
well, I turn off automatic updates, so I do, and just try and decide when it comes up. If it's a security update, I might do it, but if it says there's a new driver available for this or that, I might leave it. If it's working, it's working. Mike, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
You chewing on some spiders, Mike?
I love spiders.
I love spiders. Mike is training his spiders to operate heavy tools, take stuff apart from at night.
I need everybody to go and buy my new shirt. I'll give you a preview.
Oh, let's have a look at the new shirt. I love it. I love
You like it? I put a lot of thought into that.
Come on, Mike. I was saying there. I left a comment saying, "Oh, I have a big pickup this week coming on picking up PCs. I think I have 5 PCs to pick off someone. Way a big pickup for me." And then I see Mike's video of hundreds of stuff. just lets you know what the real big scrappers do, like Mike.
I love you, Ralph.
By the way, watch call come in there, Mike Dando. So welcome in, Mike Dando. I didn't say hi to you when you came in. I know I highlighted your comment, but I didn't say hi to you.
I got pizza left. Anybody want some?
No thanks, I'm good.
I ain't getting none. No. Ain't
What's
no
up, Big Country Scrapper?
Big Country Scrapper jumped up as soon as you put the pizza up. Big Country Scrapper was up for it.
I know bacon on it. You don't want it.
It's all about the food.
It's all about the food. How are things with you, Mr. Big Country Scrapper or Big Red? Whichever
Good.
you want.
Doing good, actually. I just had a granddaughter this morning.
Oh,
Hey, congrats!
Yeah. So,
any name on the grandchild yet? Have they named the grandchild?
yeah, they named it Kingsley.
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go. A new life into the world for you to mold into a scrapper in the future.
That's right.
Welcome to the Grandpa Club.
Right. Yeah.
It's costly.
Yeah, that's good. That's great news. So is that your first grandchild or no?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Well, I mean, I have a step grandchild, but that's just through marriage. But yeah.
Yeah. Hey, JCT, welcome in as well. So what have you been? Well, I've seen what you've been working on because your videos up. But for people who may not be familiar with your channel, tell them what you've been working on.
Basically just harvesting a lot of copper. Actually, I just recorded a video of me cashing in the big hoard of copper. So that should be dropping probably next week. So
and were you happy? You don't have to tell us how much you got or anything, but were you happy with the prices at the moment?
I will say 2023 was a little better than 2022's cashing.
Okay, good.
Cool. Cool beans.
Yeah.
Who's
My
made
truck needed a lot of repairs, and I was able to order all the parts to fix it up, and then still add some precious metals to the stack. So
there you go.
yeah.
So, are you doing any silver pours at the moment?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. I do that basically. That's like my nighttime full job.
I'm still here pulling bits of copper out, as you can see. That Mike loves
Right.
doing all these small bits. You know, they all add up, Mike. They all add up.
You want
Yeah.
me to send you this one? You clown.
Yeah, post that over to me, will you? Oh, by the way, Shark, you don't need to send any M&Ms. I have some.
Okay, good. Because I can't afford to send M&Ms to Ireland. It's too damn expensive.
How much do you think that little pack of M&Ms cost me? How much does it's 220 grams? How much do you think they are in Ireland for a pack of them M&Ms?
$2.89.
Seven quid.
Not far off, Shark. 4 quid.
4
What do you
quid.
mean?
That's like wow. That's like $12 Canadian.
Yeah. So would you pay $12 for a bag of M&Ms? That's only 200.
I mean, I would, but that's just I haven't bought M&Ms in a while though. I usually get a lot of people in the States send them to me when they send me packages.
Yeah. I had a guy sending me them, but he got how would I say he got
Cheap.
I was going to say anally probed by the customs.
Yeah.
And then I got anally probed by the customs on this side, so we paid customs twice.
The most expensive M&Ms in the world.
I think like $20 or $30 customs when it came to me, and I don't know what Shark paid in customs over there. So whoever's collecting in customs made good money on them M&Ms.
Right.
But yeah. So Mike, will you be? You were saying in your video you'll be heading up to Boardside Friday. Still on for Fridays, are you?
So far,
Oh, cool.
I'll weigh everything up Wednesday, know for sure.
I mean, you get all them computers done yet, dude? Like, what's taking so long?
At least I can get rid of mine.
I mean, you got me there. You got me
Ouch.
there.
What is HH Recycling, Sean? Let me have a look.
It's a
Oh.
welder.
Nobody cares what he's showing. Get him up.
I hurt my finger, Mike.
Good. I hope it gets infected.
I don't know what to do with this thing. I guess it's probably not worth tearing apart with all the amount of bolts and screws, but I'm kind of wondering if anyone's ever done one of these. It's, I don't know, probably from like the 50s.
Everything is worth tearing apart as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, really? Look at the frigging bolts.
Yeah, but you know how many screws are in laptops?
Yeah, not a 1950s laptop.
I wish I could find a 1950s laptop. To work around.
You know
Yeah,
what?
this is kind of a weird thing.
I would throw it in with my motors because
What's the weight?
my non-ferrous probably wouldn't even notice what it was.
What does it weigh?
Well, I'm sure it's full of copper, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
I would think so.
You hope.
Off with his head. Welcome in, by the way, as well.
The weight.
I don't know.
Let me get my scale.
I've picked up a few welders that were all aluminum inside, so
Yeah, there's more and more stuff becoming aluminum. But again, if that's from the 1950s, she should definitely be copper.
I'm guessing 50s. Oh, battery's low. Never mind. Anyhow, there's all of the leads and cables and everything off of it. That's all copper. It's all cracked. It was out in a farm field for 30 years.
Are you going to plan on stripping all that cable? Yes, I presume.
Well, I'll be stripping that. Yeah. I'm just mad because I paid $50 because
Oh,
I thought, that's an old welder. That's gonna be worth it. But
Did you get it?
Yeah,
I
don't
guess I
think you
did get a compressor with it too.
Yeah, you won't get your $50 of copper back, I'm afraid.
No, but I got this. This was the engine on it. It's like a old Briggs and Stratton 9-horse motor, but then this homemade compressor came with it too. So I don't know. I guess there's quite a bit of copper on the compressor and brass and stuff. So
Well, you see, Mike was giving me a hard time over buying RAM, so now we're going to have to give you a hard time over paying $50 for a motor.
Yeah, but I don't
It's just the way it works, I'm afraid.
I mean, Mike's sitting on all them motors right now. I'll tell you, he's got a good stockpile.
Mike is thinking, if my motors were worth $50 each, I'd be really rich now.
I don't know if one of these old Briggs and Stratton's worth anything. It's a 9-horse, like.
heck,
And
it
it's
probably
not-
still
it's-
runs.
Yeah, it's not seized or anything. Like it turns and there's compression. I don't know.
If you were to fix that up and paint it up and everything, I bet you'll find a buyer for that, because there's always guys collecting them old engines.
It might make my $50 back.
Exactly.
Then there's all this crap. All right.
How is the business going for you anyhow?
I haven't
Yeah.
really got much done. I got a friend of mine that some heart troubles there, so I was helping him last week, and I got to help him again this week a bit. But
Okay.
I did go and pick up all those pool heaters and all these lights, and I got more lights and more. That's still that big pile of PTACs and TVs and stuff.
Well,
I did get the contract signed to I don't even know what these are. Those contracts for the electronics. I did get that signed. They're sending me the stuff Tuesday. I got to do a course on sorting, how they want the stuff sorted, and then I guess they just I just start sending it in. I just let them know when I've got a shipment and how many pallet spaces the truck needs, and then but they're only paying me like between 224 and 245 a ton.
Okay, but could you not cherry pick some nice stuff out of it for yourself before you send it anyway?
I'm not allowed to take any of the electronics apart. Well, I can. I just can't send part electronics in.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
So
have you seen a nice vintage something in the pile? Surely
Yeah.
you can liberate that into your little collection.
Yeah, like I already told them that I had a YouTube channel and I would be scrapping some stuff for it. And I said, if you don't mind, I'll throw the stuff in. And he said, we only want whole electronics. I was like, all right, well, whatever.
See, I had that same issue. I was going to bring all my boards to Mike, but they were telling me I could ship them if they were all together as an electronic, but I couldn't bring the boards themselves across the border.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know.
I suppose
This stuff's all going in Canada, though.
Well, I'd say once you break something up, it becomes more hazardous than when it's in one part, because they're afraid that when stuff is opened out, it's exposed to the atmosphere more. You might be exposing more stuff, so it kind of might grade it up to a more hazardous waste. So that might be the issue.
Yeah.
What was HH? What was telling you there? Scrapping advice is if you take a saw and cut the shaft off that motor, it will come off easier, so you don't have to do all the bolts. And Ralph Morrick is saying contact Kin's small engine, and he might be able to tell you what that Briggs and Stratton engine is worth.
Contact who?
Kin's small engines. He's got a YouTube channel. He does he refixes all them old type engines, and
okay.
Yeah, so he might be able to help you out on what the value of that will be when it will be running.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
If the motor runs $125 to $150, JRA Cats is telling you.
Scrap it on the fly, don't.
Oh, okay. They're gonna take this big bin of boards I've got, and they're also gonna take all my TV shelves with the leaded tubes in them. So,
well, that's a good way of getting rid of your leaded TVs.
Where are you located?
Northern BC.
Oh yeah, I'm not driving all the way up there to get rid of my stuff either.
No, this is through the province. You should look into Ontario and see what they got. Like this is all just the province of BC's recycling program, so they're the ones that pay me.
Yeah, nobody in Ontario even buys e-waste. Like the only place that does pays like 5 cents a pound, so I'm better just throwing it in shred.
Is that goldenmoney.com or .ca or whatever?
Or what?
Is that goldenmoney.ca, the guy in Toronto that buys boards?
No, I didn't even know there was a guy in Toronto that buys boards.
Yeah, it's either goldenmoney.com or goldenmoney.ca.
There you go. That might be another option.
They buy, I believe, all kinds of e-waste.
I'll check that out.
I don't think they don't pay like Board Sort does, though.
Board Sort don't pay shit.
I was waiting for Mike to get in on that one. So
yeah,
get in on that one.
Says the guy who drives there every week.
Tell me this, guys. I was on this here before in Ireland, where this is for the guys in Canada actually, because you're on about the guys collecting your e-waste or whatever. Do the shops not take back the old e-waste when you buy a new product in Canada? No.
No.
Okay. Because I was saying if whatever the company the shops deal with, that's who you should contact. Then they might buy it. Because I know I contacted the crowd here in Ireland that take the stuff back from the shops, and I said, if I got e-waste, would you buy it off me? And it said they would. They'd only give me €100 a ton, which is same price as shred.
Here's the thing, though, right? In some countries, when people buy like electronics, they also pay a disposal fee when they buy that electronic. Well, here in Canada, we don't.
Well, in Ireland, we paid a disposal fee, but it's only on the big items. You pay it on the big American fridges and the stuff. You don't pay it on the small stuff like a laptop or a PC, but you do pay. I think it's a €5 charge is included when you buy a new fridge or a new washing machine, and then that means you can bring back your old one and get it disposed of.
Yeah, that's where I get my money, is from that the recycling round table that collects all the eco fees.
Yeah.
So when
you
they,
have that sort of system there, HH. So there is a charge, an eco charge, is it, or whatever? People pay that.
Yeah,
charge
it's
and
like
you,
$11 or something like that per fridge or any refrigeration unit. It's
Okay.
like there's all different prices for every kind of eco waste there is. Tires, like it's $5 a tire or whatever. Like, and then so then they give me $18 to drain the refrigerant out of the fridges. So that's all the money that I get comes from the eco fees that go in when people buy the stuff.
So you get paid twice. You get paid for taking the gas out, and then you get paid when you sell the item onto them. Win-win.
Well, I don't. Yeah, for the fridges, I just scrap. Like I get them, so I get $18, and then I get a $4 eco. I forget admin fee. So for me to write down what it was I scrapped and everything, they give me $4, and then that's for any appliance. Not like microwaves and small appliances, but like built-in microwaves, I can.
Okay.
But then I get to keep the metal for the fridges and stuff. Whereas with the eco or the e-waste, I don't. Like that just all has to go. They don't even. I said, well, do you want me to take the plastic off and throw the plastic in the recycling? They're like, nope, we want everything. I said, okay, whatever. Saves me doing it.
See, the only thing that I have to claim here is because I do central air units, right? So the only thing I have to claim here is when I pick them up, I got to claim how many I pick up, how many I take the Freon out of, and all that. And then when I go and take the Freon in to dispose of it, then I have to then I get rebated a surcharge.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I have to pay to get the to take my Freon in, but there's a guy near you actually. What's that?
See what Daniel has wrote there? I've highlighted on the screen.
Yeah, we can't sell I can't anyhow because it's a mix of everything and it's not clean. It's just sucked out of fridges and small air conditioners and stuff, so they won't accept it. It just goes to New Brunswick for disposal.
Yeah, that's all I do. I just take it to a disposal place, but they pay me, right? Like they pay me per unit that I take it out of, right?
Yeah, and they don't. But there is a company. Is it Refrigerant Hunters that you deal with?
No. It's a local company here that I deal with.
Okay, check out Refrigerant Hunters in Guelph. They'll pay you for your R12 and your R22. It's like $600 a can, like a tank, and they'll send you the tank for the R12. And the R22 is like I think $3 a kilogram. They'll pay you.
Right. Yeah, I pretty much get paid that, or pretty close to it, because I have a license with not a license, but a ticket, right, to remove the Freon and stuff, and then in order to do the HVAC stuff here, I have to also have a company that's connected to that's going to take it, right? So that's why.
Yeah, me too. I use Sinclair Supply in Grand Prairie, but they're all over, I think, BC and Alberta.
Right.
But I have to pay $55 a tank.
Well, 1 second. I want to ask Shark something there now that you just mentioned about the Shark. Did you ever look into doing that, getting the license for taking the Freon out of the stuff, or is that a thing down in Florida like it is in Canada?
It's a thing. I was going to look into it, but then I just got so wrapped up doing computers that I just didn't fit it into the schedule, and I wasn't getting that many HVACs or refrigerators. And then when I was getting the HVAC systems, I would just tell the HVAC contractor, I need to make sure it's bled out before you give it to me.
Okay.
So I haven't had an issue. Now I have had 1 or 2 cases where they would tell me, yep, we drained it, don't worry about it. And then I would go to cut the copper and blow up in my face.
Yeah. That's why I got my license.
Yeah, same here. And see here in Ontario, each unit has to be tagged in order for you to even take it. Right.
Yeah,
So like if I were to take a compressor into the yard that's not tagged, I would actually get penalized about $300.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My yard, no. Well, I mean, like, yeah, my yard just knows that I have the contract with Mar for here. So when I take the stuff in, because they're also Mar collectors, but they're an hour and a half away. So when I take stuff in, they can't claim it. But normally they would claim when somebody brings something in, and they don't pay you. They'll take your fridge, they just don't pay you for it, and then they drain the stuff out, and then they claim the $18 from Mar. But yeah, it's not like that here where you get penalized for that. They just know that I am a licensed contractor and I'm insured and everything, and they just accept everything I bring in.
Yeah, but that was an interesting comment that Watchcall said there about selling the stuff back. I didn't know you could sell the stuff back to. Who was saying it earlier on about did you sell the stuff back? I'm trying to find that comment again. I just highlighted there the one you answered about, but I can't find it now.
Yeah, we've only got 2 HVAC companies in the whole area.
Come back to the HVAC companies. I didn't know the HVAC companies would buy it back.
I think in cities they do, like in bigger centers, they, as long as it's clean.
Yeah.
Like if you can certify that it's R134 or something like that, then I think they'll, they can buy it. And they can probably run it through. They probably have machines they can clean any water or moisture out of it anyhow.
Yeah, it's just another interesting thing that anyone that's looking at the scrap business and stuff like that it's another maybe revenue income stream.
Yeah, in the States, there's lots of the major cities in the States. There's tons of places, and they'll compete to buy your stuff. But here, we just aren't that lucky.
And in the scrapyard, Shark, do you ever see do they sell the Freon there? What do they do with the stuff that comes in? Do they have to be all certified Freon free, or do they drain the Freon there themselves?
What, the HVAC guys?
No, the scrapyards. Have they set up?
So the yards that I take my stuff to, they have a statement on all of their receipts that says that you certify that all refrigerant has been properly removed from the device before you bring it to them. Okay. So they don't touch it at all.
Oh, I thought they might have a thing there where they'd drain it out themselves and make money on it again.
No, they don't. And I've seen them turn people away. I've seen people show up with a central air conditioning, the whole unit just sitting on the back of the trailer, and they said, yeah, no, you got to leave. We're not going to take it unless you can certify that it was properly drained and show us some paperwork. And
because I see scrapyards over here. Some of them will have signs, not into Freon, but we say with fuel. Some of them will have signs if you're throwing in old lawnmowers that you have to have the fuel drained out of them. And other people will actually drain the fuel out and resell the fuel again to other people like gardeners and stuff like that. Landscapers will buy it at a cheaper rate, because and they'll filter it through there. So it's just strange that some scrapyards insist on they won't take the fuel, anything with fuel in it, and other scrapyards will take the fuel and resell it. So
I'd be pretty leery on buying used fuel out of a machine that's just been, maybe sitting around since the 70s or something.
Yeah. Well, I'd say what they'll do if it's they probably, when they drain it, they probably know themselves if it's fresh or something. But again, I suppose if you're buying it off a scrapyard, you're taking that risk that it's good. It might be petrol that's in there or diesel or whatever. It might be something totally different in there.
Yeah,
it's interesting. One of the scrap yards that I was looking to buy, they were actually an auto waste scrap yard. So, all they did was scrap cars, and the broker was telling me that one of their big things is that they drain the gas, they drain the fuel from the fuel tank, and then they use that for their waste heat boiler to heat the building that they have for the office space. I thought that was an interesting way to cut down some of your own fuel costs.
Yeah, but over here there's an auto scrapyard as well, and all they do is take in auto cars and that, and he actually sells the fuel onto farmers and onto landscapers, and they buy it I've talked to a few guys who have bought it and said, yeah, it works grand, it's no problem. They just filter. One guy said, all I do, I have a filter system and it just filters it all out, and that's it. It works perfect, and you get it for a third of the price that I would pay normally. So it cuts down my
Yeah.
fuel bill. My thing, you know.
Like, is that for oil or fuel? Like gasoline?
Gas. We call it petrol over here. You call it gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
place-
wouldn't trust it, but
Yeah, this
If
place.
you put it into a lawnmower, landscapers probably, the lawnmower is not going to do that much damage, and most of them will rebuild their lawnmowers every year anyhow. They clean them out and redo them.
Yeah.
You know, if you're putting it into a Ferrari car, I'd say I'd be more concerned.
Yeah, and something like a waste oil burner, you could put sludge through that thing and it would probably be okay. So
Yeah. A lot of the boilers over here, the oil boilers, can run on dirty diesel and all different types for heating your houses even. So a lot of people probably use it for that. Saves them buying oil to heat their houses.
I'm saving all mine and my compressor oil and everything that I get. So
I don't have to drain anything. The claw drains it once it grabs. A lot of newer appliances. I'm glad to see Scrapping on the Fly is very, very environmentally friendly.
Yeah, that reminds me. Last week I was at the big scrapyard in the city, and some guy brought in an old oil furnace tank, and told him that it was half full of oil. And when the claw grabbed it, it was like oil everywhere.
I can't hear.
Can't hear you. If your microphone has gone low.
You got sharkitis.
He's gone. Gibby the Scrapper, what's the best way to get off gold pins? It depends on the type of pins first. Are they magnetic pins or are they non-magnetic pins? Let me know that, and then I can tell you what way I'd recommend. It's up to yourself then after that. George, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. Big Country Scrapper there. His microphone went low and then singing.
it was a big deal at the main yard the big yard that I sell a lot of my ferrous to. Whenever they have a fire, which is like twice a year, for the next few weeks, they'll be really big on, making sure there's no gas left in the lawnmowers and, anything that's a motor, they want to make sure that it's drained and there's no oil or gas. And then they start to slack off, and then they have a fire, and then they get back into it again. And
yeah, it's always the same. The scrapyards take a risk. Their insurance would be very expensive, them auto ones, because especially when they know that there's going to be fuel coming in, insurance companies would have to have, I suppose, a premium on that if you're going to be a guy taking in old automobiles, because there's always a higher risk of fire from that.
Yeah, I don't know, because when I got my insurance, I know I had to, I had to go through a list of what I take, what I don't take, so I don't know what the cost differences would have been. And I was, to be honest, I didn't even want to ask, because I didn't want them to say, oh, wait a minute, why is he asking? Maybe he's really doing something that he's not telling us about, and then jack up my rates anyway. So,
what's called Gibby saying both types. Well, both types. Okay, so if they're magnetic, I usually just put them into copper chloride and leave them sitting there for a couple of months. Because you don't want to be using too high of a grade of acid on magnetic ones, because that means there's a lot of going to be a waste of acid. So just use your copper chloride, which is your hydrochloric acid, and some copper mixed in it will give you copper chloride, and that will do them. And if you're going to be doing non-magnetic ones and you want to get it done quick, you're going to use nitric acid. But if you're not in a hurry, just put both into copper chloride and just let them sit over a couple of months, and when you come to it in a couple of months' time, you'll have just gold flakes floating around, a lot of sludge on the bottom. You'll have a lot of filtering to do, or do what Electronic Scrapper done and reverse electrolysis is another way of getting them off. So a couple of choices there. I thought that's there. He thought that one there. There you go. The reverse electrolysis will work perfect for you. Again, I haven't done reverse electrolysis at all yet, so Electronic Scrapper has a few videos, I think, up about that. So check out his video. Corey, welcome in, by the way. So welcome in, Corey. But my tells me that New Freon is environmentally friendly. I don't actually know what the story is with the new Freon stuff like that, guys. What's the story?
It's less dangerous or less,
Okay.
you know, it's less unfriendly. You know, one of the problems though with, you know, as scrappers, we're getting in these appliances that, you know, run through so many different years of what kind of chemical is inside them.
Mhm.
And you know, sometimes the labeling is very clear, and so you know what you're dealing with. And sometimes the labeling is not very clear, and you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And you know, that's when I tend to get really nervous because, you know, it's like, you know, what is this stuff? I mean, because some of the stuff's flammable too, you know. So
Yeah.
The new stuff is
Well,
like the
that's like
R600A is flammable, but it's not environmentally, I don't know, damaging.
Yeah, and well, that's like me with the acids. I have to make sure that I keep my acids well labeled because, again, if you pick up a couple of acids wrong and mix them, all of a sudden you've made an explosive device instead of a, some, you know, simple as that. If you mix some of the acids wrong, because especially nitric, because again, nitric acid is used as an explosive. They use nitric acid to make explosives. So that is one of the most dangerous acids. If you mix it wrong, all of a sudden you'll be picking bits of glass out of your face because it explodes. So again,
or metal or something.
Yeah, whatever. Like, so again, as I say to people, if you're not sure about the acids, never done them, never done your research, don't go near the acid ever.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, you know, unless you're 100% sure you know which one is which. So if there's no label, if you have no label on your acids, you're asking for trouble. Always label your acids if you're putting them into different.
I just gave up on the idea.
When I was working around some labs, that was such an important, labeling was just so important. And then in the manufacturing world, you know, that was a huge part of our manufacturing safety, was properly labeling things. If stuff came out of a 5-gallon bucket into a small container for, you know, floor use or shop use, labeling that container properly. Oh yeah, it's major pain.
Yeah, for sure. The with the acids, I get like I was planning on you know, trying to recover a bit of gold because I didn't know what else I was going to do with my boards. And then as I got more into like looking into it, I'm just like, it's not worth it for me.
No,
I got so much other stuff to do.
Hey, look, at reclaiming gold for me is not worth it. I'm not making money out of it. I'll never make money out of it. It's a hobby for me. If you're serious about making money from boards, the way to do it is the way Mike does it and the way that Shark does it. Sell it to Board Sort and invest the money in gold if you want to do it that way. It's the easiest way, it's the safest way, and it's the most profitable way. Because you're not.
I just didn't like. I wasn't looking to make the money. I just was like, well, what am I going to do with all these boards? I guess I'll try this because you know, you watch a couple of videos and you're like, oh, that doesn't seem too bad. I'll go and then you start research. Yeah, you start researching the acids and stuff, and I'm like, I don't really want to put myself through all of this to not get anything out of it. Like,
if you watch the guys in India doing the videos, you think it's as simple as putting 2 boards in a bit of acid and you get a gram of gold, or you get an ounce of gold. Them boards, them guys are working on are very good gold return boards. Quick one there for what you could say there, give you the scrapper. It goes, I know how to reclaim the copper out of thing, but how do I get the brass? Once you reclaim the copper, there no longer is brass because brass is made up of the copper. So once you've got the copper out, you're left with the other element that was in there to make up the brass, which was the copper mixed with whatever percentage
zinc,
of tin or zinc or whatever they mix to make the brass. So what you're left with then is the other chemical. So you have no brass. Your brass is gone once you've taken the copper out. So brass no longer exists in the liquid. Just so you know. So what you're going after then after you take out the copper, what's left in there is only going to be really the iron because you've used the iron to get the copper out. So most people will just take the iron out, and that's only to neutralize, bring the liquid down to a liquid that can be disposed of safely. You don't want to be pouring liquid down a drain that still has iron and stuff like that in it. So again, you go through the process for doing that.
So how do these big e-waste places, like say Board Sort or the refiners and that, how do they like? Do they, when they take all this stuff in, they must get all of the different metals, right? Like the platinum group and all of that.
That's how these guys make the money. Like me just getting the gold, I'm never going to make money for just getting the gold out of the boards. But if I could get the copper and get the tin and get
And the rhodium,
every other thing, then that's where the money is. So if you look at there's a company called Unicom or something like that here in Belgium in Europe. They have a video up there of the process, and they use they melt everything down, and then when they come out, they use a different currents to make stuff stick to plates. So they'll have a plate that'll attract all the silver. They have a plate that'll attract the copper. They have a plate that'll attract the gold, the platinums, the whatever else. So they'll have 40 different types of metals they'll be getting out of the boards, where I'll be only going after the one thing, the gold or the silver. That'll be it. But they're able to get everything. So all the copper that was in that board originally, underneath the green stuff on the board or the red stuff on the board, underneath that is the layer of copper. They get all that out. So that's where it's not just from the gold. Their money is from all the rest of the materials they're getting out. So that's why if you really want to be profitable from boards, you have to be in it in a big way. You have to be a big refiner or a big collector of it, like Board Sort, a big buyer of it, so that you're maximizing your profits from the boards essentially. For me, it's only a hobby. So again, I'm not going to be going after the copper. When I strip the boards, my boards then go to the scrapyard as shred. That's where they go as. So now then, if the scrapyard want to sort them out and send them to a refiner, they can get the copper out of them. That's what they probably do. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I talked to my scrapyard, or the commercial buyer there, and asked him about, because like I was trying to get everything out of the microwaves, because I thought, well, what a waste to have this copper going in the shred. But he said when that gets shredded, they separate all that out. And he said they get at least 75% of all of the other metals out of it. And then whatever's left over goes for some sort of fuel. I don't know what it would be fueling, but then I was like, well, good. I don't care. Now I can leave some of the crap that's in the microwave. I don't have to feel like I'm wasting precious metals or something.
Yeah, well, there's a big refiner in Japan that does a closed loop system in there so they burn all the boards and melt them down, and they use the burning to heat the plate and to run the electricity. They have turbines, steam turbines working off that. So when they're burning the material, they're generating the electricity for the rest of the plant at the same time. So it's a full closed loop place that they have.
I think that sounds kind of like what this guy was saying, because he said they use the other stuff for a fuel, like the 25% goes as a fuel and 75% goes to be reclaimed.
Yeah, the plastic and all would, that'll, and the difference is that at a reclamation plant like that, they'll have scrubbers on the smokestacks.
Yes.
So that they're scrubbing out the nasty toxins as much as possible, so that they're not polluting as people that burn the stuff in their backyard.
Yeah, yeah. That crowd in Japan, it showed I think it's like 0.000 something of discharge from it. So they're nearly at zero amount of discharge from the chimneys from burning. So it's really is a really closed loop situation. Simpleman and Paul Frost, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Simpleman, I hope you have the weather isn't as hot over there anymore in Greece. I think your temperatures have dropped back a bit, so you should be more comfortable now. It's some really bad fires on, was it Corfu Island? I think over there was some really bad fires. They had to evacuate the island. A lot of tourists had to come back from the islands. But unless you're doing it in a big way, you're never going to be profitable now. If you can get all the rest of the material out of it, all the copper and all the tin, because again, tin is a very expensive price in the scrap. If you check with the scrapyards what they're paying for tin, it's like what is it at the moment? What is the price per tin? Tin
scrap, the scrap price or what?
The tin scrap price. I'm just trying to look here.
I'm getting 7.5 cents a pound.
So no, I mean actual tin. I mean like solder tin, that sort of tin, not shred tin. So I do at the moment. I think that is. Let me have a look here. Do I have a price for tin? I have brass, lead, aluminium, bronze, steel. No, I don't. Because remember Saunders when she went to the scrapyard? What was she got that time?
Oh yeah, she was getting
getting
those champagne label things or something.
exactly. So that's a like. And there's a lot of tin solder used on boards of the higher end boards. Now the newer lower end boards wouldn't have as much in it, but the older boards had a lot of tin solder on them, and that was. I'm trying to see if I can get a price here. Lead price, gunmetal price, cable price, stainless steel, aluminium. No,
I don't know why you don't have an assistant that does this for you.
I know it's terrible. I should hire an assistant.
Yeah, really.
If anyone knows the price of tin, put it in the chat there.
It's like Joe Rogan. You can just say, "Hey, look this up," and you
Yeah.
sitting there. Oh,
Yeah, I should have put here. Just get them. Would you get the information there for me? And you put it.
Yeah.
Please.
I just want to see you tell your wife to do something.
Hey, I'm so grumpy. I don't have a wife. Hey, red light, welcome in. But I should have another camera over there and have a different seat, and then I go, "Will you sort that out?" And then jump into the other seat and go, "Yeah,
Oh yeah, like Geek Shark and Dirty Sweaty Shark.
yeah, exactly." We're Dirty Sweaty Shark and Geek Shark, two different guys doing the same.
Just hard to do it on a live.
So,
I'm
I'm looking
this is-
here. Go on.
this is such a useless. I'm looking at tin price, and it says 28023.00, but it doesn't tell you, is that euros per kilogram, dollars per pound? It's like, what the hell, man? Did somebody not pay attention to this?
Roger's trying to tell you what it is.
Oh, hold on. Let me look because I'm just looking here. Hey, Scrapman, 17 cent a kg. No, that's a different type of tin again, guys. I'm on about tin as in what's used in solder or stuff like that. That type of tin, not shred.
Yeah, Roger's telling you there. It's $1.50 US.
50 a pound scrap here in the US for tin. So 150. No, that seems too low as well because solders would say in that bag that the guy said that was 50,000 pounds that was in the bulk bag, which was a ton bag, 50,000 a ton. So what would that be? What would that be if divide that by so that'd be about five pound a kg.
It's like you're not even looking at the possibility he was just trying to get Solers to be impressed.
Well, that's the other side of it. Hold on, let me go to the London Metal Exchange that shark scrappers use. And they're saying, yeah, the same 28,000. So is it 28,000 a ton, I presume?
I guess.
Yeah. So that's high price. So that's still 280 a kg, which would be about be about 5 something a pound. Or no, 2 something a pound, yeah. So watch call is not far off there with his 150 actually. So prices have dropped back a good bit. Watch call wants to know, Ralph wants to know, why do people keep calling steel tin? Because it's not tin, it's steel.
Probably because everybody called tin cans, and it was just thin.
Because they do, Ralph.
Because it used to be tin cans at one time. They used to use tin cans. When cans were originally, they were made from tin. But then they found that it was kind of bad to be eating stuff out of an actual tin can. Because
I don't.
It contaminated the food with stuff you don't want in your body. So they had to change it to aluminium.
Like canned food? That's kind of stuff you don't.
Yeah, you don't want to be contaminating your
Spam
food.
is more contaminating than the tin, I think.
Hey, don't be bad-mouthing Spam.
Well, I'm not saying I don't try it once a year just to remember what it was like. They have a good healthy turkey spam now.
I think he means by us scrappers. I think that's what he's calling you people, us scrappers.
Hey, when I lived in Hawaii, you could find Spam on the menu of some restaurants.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh my
spam
God.
Oh, yeah.
steaks.
Oh yeah. Spam omelets, spam musubi,
Oh,
spam and eggs. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, if there was ever a nuclear fallout and you found some spam, it'd still probably be. It'd probably be. I'd probably stand out in the nuclear thing and let that kill me than eat the spam.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Oh, will you stop?
Yeah,
Fry
I mean,
it
come
up.
on, man.
Fry it up, put a little mustard on it. Oh, it's delicious.
Stop. Ugh. It's like that's like Marmite to me. That's spam. Batman 50 said soldiers eat out of tin cans in the Civil War. Correct. So that's where the word tin can came from because it was made out of tin originally. Yeah, cold beans out of a can. Or nothing wrong with cold beans. Every student that went to college lived on cold beans for most of their life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there! I just got my 15% battery warning.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yeah,
everybody.
man.
See you later.
Take it easy. Thanks for being in. Have a good time.
Yeah, you bet. I'll be back in the chat.
When it's served in a metal can. I'm sure it does. Peanut butter and jelly. Oh my God. Oh, I think I vomited into my mouth there.
Swallow it.
Oh. There was a company in the 90s that extracted the tin coating from food cans using caustic soda. Amazing place too, noisy for. Oh, that's interesting. Call it what it is, steel. Correct, Raphael. Or Ralph, sorry, not Raphael.
Oh, burn. Call him Raphael. That's just terrible. Oh my God. Now you're going to start a war.
Now you're going to start a war. Who's going to war? I'm going to war.
Denmark and the Netherlands going to war.
Yeah. So how much stuff do you think you'll have going up to board sort on Friday?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Millions.
At least $500.
Enough to cover the rental of the U-Haul, yeah?
Yeah, we got a couple bucks left. Cost me $318 to go last time. Plus fuel, tolls, bullshit. Yeah, okay, George. It just took me an hour to clean my bench so I can work here. Look at my stack there.
Oh, I like them stack of copper heat things.
I got a ton of them to find yet.
Solvers
Do
was
you
here.
have
Yeah.
none, or do you
Me
just
too.
have a lot?
She'd be drooling if she's seen them.
Mike, you must have 300 PCs stacked up around that place right now.
Yeah, look at all the PCs around them.
PCs? What's a PC? You got computers. I think.
Look at all them.
So I got all of those up there. I got all of those right there. I got these right here. I got all those there. Those are all iSeries. All those. I kept them separate. And I don't think my I got a whole bunch out there. It even goes around the corner. And then there's like 3 rows here.
Maybe that's more than 300. That's a buttload of computers.
Oh, and then there's some back there against the house too. Plus, behind that pile, there's still about 40 servers.
Is that the most amount of stuff you've had at one time now?
No, I did a storage unit a few years ago, and I got a crap load. This is the most I've had in. Cause well, it's hard to say because my basement used to be stacked
Yeah.
with shit. So, but to have it come in as fast as it is, yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. But
Off with his head is off, by the way. So thanks for being in. Take it easy and have a good evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are.
get some Gorilla Glue. We'll fix that problem. Off with his head. Get it?
Jesus Christ. What's the most you've had, Shark, like in PC wise at one time?
I don't know, maybe 200.
Whoa! I thought
Yeah,
I
it
was
had a
great. I thought I was great one time. I think it was from one e-waste pickup years ago. I think I got 50 PCs or something. I thought, oh, that's brilliant. You guys are just like on another scale. On another scale.
Yeah, I got one of my computer stores. I got to pick up there too, but I told him he's gonna have to wait for a minute. And that's
And
usually
imagine 2 months ago you had nothing coming in, Mike. 2 months ago you were nearly giving up.
I'm still ready to give up.
Now he's ready to give up because he's got too many damn computers.
Yeah, he's got too much work now. That's why he's giving up.
But you know all them boxes are gone back there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that space.
I paid my
bin full of blue wire.
I paid my granddaughter to come over here and take all those out of the damn boxes and packages for me yesterday.
And he had his neighbour cutting cables last night for him as well.
Yeah, we're sitting out here drinking beer and cutting cable. We don't care. Got it done quick. I got one more little tote that we got to do.
Well, see, that's good because when he takes a drink of his beer, the cold beer will help deal with the metacarpal, tarpal, barpal, starpal
Yeah.
syndrome from cutting all that time.
Putting all them, yeah. Scrapman 50 said he used to buy PCs to resell, paid $5 for them, sold them at 50 plus each. When I broke even, I tore the rest apart. Okay, so once you made your money back, anything that was left in, you tore apart for your gold recovery. Fair enough. Remember the day that Mike worked for the man in the military? Come on, George.
For the man.
Working for the man. Working for the man. I don't have to work for the man until Wednesday, thank God. Because I had to work the full week through this week. I had no day off at all. So it means I'm not back until Wednesday now. Thank God. Let me see. I got about 51. Summer was in Hog 7, scrapping all that out. And when I was done, I was. Come on. Well done. Yeah, I thought it was great when some guy rang me this week and said, I've got a few PCs there for you. I said, great, PCs again. I've got a few more PCs. He said they're all i7s and i5s. I said, how many have you got? A bunch of them. I thought, great, 5. Well, 5 is better than none.
Better than nothing, right?
Yeah, better than nothing. No, he said he has telephones as well, and I don't know what type of telephones, whether they're office phones or mobile phones, he meant to say, and he reckons he has monitors, but I don't know will I pick up the monitors or not. Again, you kind of have to, because if you don't, then the next time they won't give you what they have.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. What I usually do is if it's a like one of the big companies, I'll take the monitors along with all the other junk because there'll be a whole bunch of the desktops or servers or stuff like that come with it. But if I get a phone call from somebody and they just have monitors, hey, can you pick up this monitor? Hey, no, throw it in the trash.
Yeah. But this same guy, you see, he does WatchCall as well. He does installs Starlink systems for people as well. So I'm hoping down the road I might get some broken satellite systems and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Down the road. So if I keep chummy with him and take the stuff he wants to get rid of, down the road he might throw me some really good stuff. That's what I'm hoping for. I'd like to get an old Starlink system now and just take it apart to see what's in it. Because I haven't seen anyone take one of them apart yet. So I don't know what's in the Starlink systems because they're kind of too new to be going faulty yet.
Mike would just throw it in the shred.
Yeah, I know. You never picked any up yet, Shark, no? Any old Starlink being thrown out yet, no?
No.
Who has one? Isn't it Gil Skills? He uses Starlink.
That's correct.
Anyways, Mike, I'm working right, and I wanted you all to know I do watch your vids and give thumbs up. I said, hey, that's great, Gibby. I appreciate that. He's working nights, so we appreciate that, Gibby. Anyone, as I say, if you take the time to watch, or thumbs up. No one's forcing anyone to do it, but I appreciate it.
Gibby a Scrapper. Is that a new person? Never heard of him.
I see WatchCall in. Who did I see? I forgot to say hi to them. They were in earlier. Jose was in. I don't know did I say hi to him or not. I highlighted his thing. So if you're still in there, Jose, appreciate you dropping in. I seen you dropping in earlier. I use Sterling and their equipment is proprietary and apparently
Yeah, all the more reason to scrap it.
made of gold. I definitely want one. So.
Well, I would imagine that it's going to be very similar to any kind of satellite receiver system that you get, right? So the feed horn boards are, there's probably going to be a lot of similarities to the feed horn boards that we get from any of the dish networks and stuff like that. Now there might be a little better, higher grade processing boards in there for some of that signaling that goes on, but.
Yeah, well, it should be much good quality boards like in the good network equipment stuff as well. Like it should be much the same quality board as some of the higher end network stuff. What has Mike found? An iSeries PC1, is it?
In my business again.
By the way, if anyone wants one of Mike's new T-shirts, he will be soon have them up for sale. Just send money to his PayPal and he'll sort you out with some.
Yep.
Shark, how much is your T-shirt for sale at the moment on your thing for?
I don't remember.
All right, whatever it is, your paper Shark, it'll be $10 more to get the exclusive e-waste mic one. You have to cover the sticker.
That's right.
I just ordered the new stickers. They're black with different fonts on them. That's kind of cool. It was a ceramic CPU.
Oh, ceramic one. Okay.
See it?
Yeah, I see it.
At the other end. The DLP.
Oh, DLPs. You were from that projector.
Yeah, there's another one in there.
Oh, here we go. This is like the basement all over again. Just throw it behind you, Mike. Just the shaft off both ends of the welder, Adam. Didn't do anything. Looks like a motor. Okay, so you'll have to go again and cut a bit more off, maybe. Wanna be?
His battery was dying. What happened?
He was only lying to us. Don't hit him.
I'm glad he left.
I'm glad he left. Hear him. He's on his PC now because when he's on his phone, he's logged in as HH, and when he's on his PC, he's logged in as wannabe scrapper. So
that's about it. Wannabe.
No, he has his two accounts, one for the business and one for messing about on. Damn, that's nuts. Probably going to have to take some bolts out.
Oh man, I hope he's got some.
The one thing he was trying to avoid, go near the bolts. You know who's been very quiet this week? Ian Matthews. What has happened to him? He must be gone into retirement. I didn't see anything coming out this week from Ian.
I didn't see anything either.
Yeah, I don't see a video. So I didn't. So he might be taking a little bit of a break from it too.
Kathy's
a little bit of break from his vacation.
Well,
no, I mean like from YouTube.
Days, right?
No. Oh, that's right. You're correct. He's not allowed to do anything for 10 days. Yeah.
He's on a scrap.
No, that's 10 days before the wedding. So the wedding isn't until.
Oh, I thought he said the 8th. So the 8th. So he's got 2 days.
Yeah. So he might have something out tonight. He might be in the shed now, scrapping like mad, just to make sure.
Never know with that guy.
You see, one big scrapper can call people assholes on this account. He can't on the work one.
And see, Mike doesn't worry about what account he's on when he calls someone an asshole.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to buy the shirt from Shark. You have to send it to e-waste Mike. He'll stick a new sticker on it and give him $10. And there you go. That's how it works.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought Mike was going to buy a bunch of shirts from me and then stick the stickers on them.
No.
Oh, well.
But you are still getting the shirt sales because they have to buy the shirts and then Mike sticks a sticker on.
Right.
I reckon it's a little ploy you came up with between you. Very good. Maybe he bought a bottle of whiskey. Maybe he found a bottle of whiskey again in the shed like he did there a month or two ago when he started tidying stuff up. He found a bottle he'd left in the shed. He didn't realize he had left.
You know, and of course, I could just see Ian move some scrap. The bottle of whiskey tumbles down, smashes on the ground, and Ian is for hours sitting there crying.
No, he'd be down on the ground licking it off the floor. What is wrong with you? What the hell? He wouldn't let that go to waste. He'd be there getting it up and he'd be filtering. You'd see him filtering, getting all the little bits out of it. He'd have to filter it again.
He'd be sucking it up with a shop vac and then pouring that through a filter.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Pooh's mate reckons the green screen might have fell on him.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, laid up drunk in his shed. He'll be he's definitely going to be scrapping like mad now before the 8th, which is 2 days time. So he'll have to get as much. That's probably what he's doing. He's doing a rake of scrapping, videoing a rake of stuff, and then he'll be putting videos out once he's not doing anything. He'll be able to edit them when he can't be scrapping in the shed, because he's not allowed to do any bodily harm to himself before his son's wedding. You can't like be at the wedding with a big cut across his neck or his arm or something. A black eye on him.
Yeah, who was it that messed up his hand really bad?
When?
In the last week or so, there was one of the scrappers that messed up his hand. He was all bandaged up and.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Who was that?
I must have a look now on my homepage and see if I can see who that was.
Must not have followed those shark safety tips.
He must have been watching you with the guard off the grinder.
That's right. The only way to do it.
Oh, darn it. Oh, no, it's a handyman channel. It's not a scrapper, it's a handyman
I was thinking
channel.
I didn't see any scrapper. Would,
Yeah. No, it's a
Usually
handyman. And he got mad and he swung at the wall and he thought he was going to break through the drywall, but there was a stud behind it instead. And he shoved these two bones of his hand got shoved back up into his hand because he hit it that hard. And so then he ended up the doctor had to like do reconstructive surgery to fix his hand.
Who's saying, how is he going to cope without collecting or scrapping anything? Well, I'd say on the day of the wedding, if there's any bottles of champagne or anything like that, he's definitely going to be going around checking to see if it's tin that's on the corks.
What's wrong with a magnet?
Yeah, go around checking everything with a magnet. Just to make sure he's not missing out on anything. You'll see him in the back with the kitchen guys, and he'll be saying, oh, that aluminium foil that you've all the sandwiches wrapped in, I want the foil at the end of the wedding put into a bag.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You know, his workmates have to give him all the foil, aluminium foil that they wrap their sandwiches in when they're finished their dinner, their lunch at work. They have to give them the foils.
My yards won't take aluminum foil.
Oh.
Even if you smash it down, if they see it, they won't take it.
My yard takes everything. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're lucky. Your yard takes everything.
Over here, they'll take aluminium foil. Haven't been an issue. Now, aluminium cans is becoming a bit of an issue over here with scrapyards. Some of them don't want to take them anymore, but don't know why. I am now on blood thinners. It's amazing how many cuts I now notice taking things apart. Yeah, I suppose if you're on blood thinners, your latest little cut will show a lot of blood coming out.
My yards even take AC units, whether they're charged or not, and then they have this idiot that buys them, and he'll just charge you for them.
Is his channel E-Waste Idiot?
E-Waste Idiot.
Puzman saying, what do I do with my aluminium cans? I just put them in my recycling bin now. So if because the scrapyard won't take them, so I just give them to the recycling company, let them deal with them. No, I keep a certain amount if I ever decide to do a little bit of cast and messing about, like when I watch enough of Rav's videos and learn enough, I might give a cast and a go at some stage. But I'll hold you for that.
You know, I bought all that crap, all them molds, all that furnace crap. Lost interest in it real quick.
Lost interest in it real quick.
I did. That stuff's been sitting on my shelf for 2 years.
And Shark Scrapper has bought a lot of that stuff up too, haven't you? For casting, you bought the gloves and everything, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it one of these days.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do it as a hobby though. I don't think I'm gonna do it as a business. At least I don't think I'll do it as a business, but it does seem like it'd be a lot of fun to mess around with. So
yeah. I heard that you should wear Crocs or opened top shoes when you're doing it.
Or just go barefoot. Yeah, go barefoot.
I heard it's the best way of doing it.
Yeah.
Did you see Shark with a crucible full of copper trying to pour it in a mold? Make sure
and some people pay extra for the device to wiggle the mold, so you get that that waved look in there. See, and I don't have to.
Right.
Hey, there's still people I think in America collect cans because some states have a return on them. So if you have a return, you'll see people collecting the cans on the roadsides. Don't you over there in America?
Some places, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Bottles, cans, yeah.
They're now trying for Michigan. They're trying to do the water bottles and juice bottles and all that crap.
Yeah. They're on about doing that here in Ireland next year. I think it is introducing a charge on the cans. So when you buy the Coke cans or whatever it be, might be a 5-cent charge extra, and when you bring them back, you'll get your 5 cent back and stuff like that. So that might be a thing to where people will start collecting more cans again.
I still got that box in my basement, Ralph.
Yeah, customs didn't want to let them send the stuff. They didn't like the black powder you're sending.
Yeah, graphite powder.
Yeah.
Sent the rest of it back. Took the graphite powder. I think somebody was a metal melter and just went to eat some powder.
Or someone got confused and thought they could snort it.
Yeah, that don't work. I tried it.
I tried it.
You get black over your nose. Your eyes water.
When I was in Massachusetts, their system there was that the labels were printed special for their deposit system. So you would stick the bottle or the can into the machine, you would spin it, it would read the code off of the label, and as long as it was properly coded, then you would get 5 cents or something like that. And then it would dump the bottle into the bin and smash it. And so people would get very upset with you if you were at a party and what a lot of what people do when they get a little bit drunk, they start pulling the labels off the bottles, right? You're like, no, don't do that.
Jeanette, welcome in, by the way. Jeanette, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. Hope all is good with you. If people don't know Jeanette, she does be live most nights. I think she has a live show. She does a good cookery show. So if you want to learn how to bake and stuff like that, she has I'm not sure if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday she does that on. Whatever night it is, it's always very good, interesting. The only problem is she just be on later at night, and then after I watch them cooking all this stuff, I have to get up and eat something, and then indigestion for the night. They're always doing nice stuff like cakes and nice tarts and all that sort of stuff, Uh, it's not fair to do all that sort of stuff. Herself and Tracy and there was who was the new lady they had this week? I forget who the other lady was. There was three of them, and Tim. I think.
I keep trying to convince my wife that she ought to start a channel with her cooking. I mean, oh my God, the stuff that woman bakes up is just amazing. But she's not the least bit interested in being in front of a camera.
It's not far. Some people don't like doing YouTube or whatever. They're just happy doing whatever they're doing. There's a question from Christopher. I have a question. What are you all getting paid per pound for stainless steel? I picked up around £200 a week ago, and my scrapyard said they would only pay 20 cents a pound. So
let's see. Let me check. It's been a while since I've taken stainless in, but I'll take a look here.
You know what on these servers? A lot of them. Where the hell are they? Oh shit! A lot of them have these big stainless steel rails on the side, so they're heavy.
Yeah. Did you weigh? I was about to say, did you weigh one? What weight are they each?
I ain't weighing shit.
Can't win with that, man.
Let's see.
Can't win.
35 cents a pound, 35 cents a pound.
Oh, there's the shark microphone breaking up. Shark microphone breaking up.
Bye.
What did you open there, Shark, now? Did you open something different that caused it?
I opened up Excel.
Okay, close Excel now again and see will it work now.
I just closed it. So
yeah, and it's working.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's Excel.
And it's working fine now?
Yeah, it's Excel that caused it.
Interesting.
Open Excel again and we'll see what it goes now straight away. Open Excel.
So anyway, I was getting 40 cents a pound for stainless here.
Do you know what's happening now, Shark? Your voice and your mouth are distorted. So when you're talking, there's nothing happening, and then it comes a couple of seconds behind.
Got the Chinese syndrome. You're making no noise, Jeanette. Hush. Go cook something.
Daniel, thanks for being in. Have a good week yourself ahead. Daniel has to go, so take it easy and have a good week.
Goodbye, Daniel.
See you scrapping is getting 30 cents a pound. So Philip is getting 70 cents a kilo. So divide that by 2.2 to see what he gets per pound. Patrick Williams is getting 60 cents a kilo here in Ireland. So so it looks like your scrapyard are being very tight with your 20 cent here to a lot of the scrapyards.
Yeah, I protest.
Was it dirty?
Well, yeah, that's the other side of it. Yeah, what type of stainless steel is it?
I like it dirty. Oh, I thought I was muted. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, so it must be that Excel. When you opened up Excel, Shark, it interfered with the microphone. So maybe, I don't know. Had you Excel opened when you were doing your live? Were you showing us something on Excel, were you? No?
Nope, I had a lot of tabs open though, so it might have been that I just had a whole bunch of tabs open.
Okay.
Because every one of those critters, I had a separate tab open for each one of the critters, and I had the AppMex tab and I had the Kitco tab, and so and there were actually a lot more tabs open than what you saw, depending upon where the conversation went. That I could go to. So it may have just been that I had too many tabs open.
That's open. Christopher saying no, it's all clean. Clean sheets of stainless. Okay.
Shop around, man. That's not a good price.
Yeah, shop around, exactly. What part of the country are you in, Christopher? Where were you getting that? What state were you getting that price in? The iScrap app is a good app, I think, for checking prices on different states to see what sort of price range it's varying from, isn't it? Do you ever use that iScrap app?
The problem I run into with it is because they're averaging across the country. What I've come to figure out is it's a useless tool because it's never right. It's close, but it's never right. And so the only answer that really matters is whatever the yard is that you're going to take it to.
Yeah, but it will give you a guideline price roughly that you can be within, we'd say 20 or 30% of that price, up or down.
Yeah, I mean, for that purpose, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I've just gotten in the habit now where I've got the 4 yards that I use here locally, and I'll just call and they all know that I do this too, right? So it's like, what's the price for this? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they know you're going to ring someone at another scrapyard, so they're going to have to give you their best price. They're not, simple as.
Yeah, and the one lady that always picks up the phone at the one place that I go to, I'll ask her what the price is, and she says, "Yeah, we suck this week. You might as well go somewhere else."
Yeah. What you call it? So he's in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, about half an hour east of Madison. So. I don't know what the scrapyards are like in that area. Poosmate said, what do people use for websites and things? I just ring the scrapyard, a bit like Shark. I ring if I'm thinking about cashing something in. I just ring the scrapyard the one that I know pays the higher price. Usually I ring in and just see what again, if it's just shred and going to, I'd just probably bring it to the nearest one, because even though the price would be better further away, it's a longer distance. So with shred, it's always just bring it to the closest one and get rid of it.
Madison, Wisconsin has a really nice jail.
Speaking from experience.
Now, the other thing that you can do is call ahead of time, let them know how much you have, and they might negotiate a better rate with you if you have a lot of it, and then you set a better price if you have enough of it.
Yeah, because one of the scrapyards I do would he'd say to me, "Do you have much of it? It'll be so much if you have this weight, and if you go over that weight, we'll look at a higher price then."
Yeah.
So that sort of way, they do it. Again, it's in their interest to have a lot of the stuff coming in rather than coming in with one bag of copper, where if you can bring in half a ton of copper, you'll get a better price. Simple as.
Yeah, that's what my yard does, because I'll call them and tell them, I got a couple 100 pounds of copper, and they usually give me 10 cents more a pound.
Yeah.
Because there's more money. A lot of guys come in with a little.
Yeah, bucket and stuff like that. Yeah.
Little shark scrapper bucket.
Yeah, that iScrap app is dependent on people updating the prices themselves and putting in accurate prices too, as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You can put in anything you want into the maps, and sure, it mightn't be the correct price you're putting in.
And I can't stand freaking Tom on the iScrap app. I can't stand that guy. He's a phony.
Hey, so Mike, what jail was that? City, county?
It was the county or the city jail.
City jail. Okay.
Yeah, just a city jail.
Good food. What was the food like?
I don't remember. I was like 15. First
stale cheese sandwich.
Yeah, first stolen car, and I went the wrong way.
Again, I do not condone what Mike is.
Yeah, exactly.
You notice I said first stolen car.
Yeah. That's not condone anything that Mike is about to say.
I used to be trouble, man.
Why does that not surprise me?
I should not be here. Put it that way. I should be doing life in jail or dead. Now look at me.
Over an hour away. Yeah, but again, it depends on what you're bringing to scrapyards on distance and stuff like. If I had to travel an hour with shred, it's not going to be worth my while, no matter what price they're going to be paying, because when you take the fuel into it and stuff like that. But if you're getting a far better price for copper and stuff like that, and you have a lot of it, then it might be worth the hour drive compared to the closer scrapyards. How come it's always the close scrapyard that gives the worst price?
It's Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's one of Murphy's laws of scrapping.
You're welcome.
Their shred price are really amazing. Only thing I can figure is the ship direct across to the auto steel mills. Yeah, again, as Shark said last week, it depends sometimes the scrapyards where they have to ship stuff to afterwards, how far they have to ship it to, on prices. That's why some scrapyards might have a further distance to go to get rid of their scrap, so their prices they can't pay as much. They have to take that into account. You know, where another scrapyard might be selling directly to a manufacturing place just down the road from them that's using the steel. You know, that's able to refine it, so then they can give you a higher price.
I found out my scrapyard because I was there the other day, and they dump everything in these big roll-offs. They actually sell it to a scrapyard in Detroit. That's where all their crap goes, to another scrapyard. That's who laptop batteries here they come. Getting rid of that. But yeah, they sell it to another scrapyard.
Yeah, Daniel, that's one closest to you because I see you coming.
If I went through all the buckets of copper that I have laying around all over this place, I probably have 100, 150 pounds of copper. I'm gonna make a copper stacker wall though.
You'd be like who was it? Snobby Scrap Pickers used to have the battery wall. You'll have the copper wall.
God, remember that battery wall? Holy crap!
Yeah.
I have a thing about storing batteries. My server guy yesterday had a couple of those little ones. He's like, "Oh, you want these?" I was like, "Are they free?" He said, "Yes." I mean, I almost told him no, but
I don't mind the small ones too much. I keep them outside and I tape the ends on them, so I don't really care.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hey, American's favorite hoarder, welcome in. Good to see you.
I picked up 9 battery backups the other day, so I figured, well, I'll just take them and add them to the. And they don't pay nothing. You know, batteries don't pay crap here, so.
Just finishing up a shot at Jimison before going back to work, smashing stuff. Well, I hope that it doesn't impair your eye-to-hand coordination and you don't manage to hit yourself with the hammer instead of the item.
Exactly. You'll be smashing something, all right.
He might be getting smashed himself.
Oh well, that's
Yeah, alcohol and power tools, bad combination. Hey, it worked for Ian Matthews. Alcohol and power tools.
how that man still has all his digits. I do not know.
I love the way he comes on. Sometimes he goes, he go, yeah, I've never had an accident. He'd hold up like that, not never wrong. He'd have his finger bent back. It's just one shot. Yeah, but it depends how big the glass is.
Yeah.
So does he have a new secret location?
No, he still has the same secret location.
Oh, because I thought he had to remove the stuff from there or something. And then I heard
No,
that.
he doesn't have to yet. He doesn't have to yet, but he may have to when the house is up for sale or something, isn't it? So when the property is sold, he may have to remove the stuff.
I thought he already had a new one.
I had heard a long time ago that yards close to real yards and waterways pay best because transport is less. Yeah, that could be another thing. If they're at a place where the cost of transport will be less for them, that will be better for them. Yeah, I don't know how Matthew survives, when he be having his beverages and using power tools, how he hasn't done more damage to himself. I got a price in Ireland for pop cans, 35 cents a kilo. That's all right. That's good, Patrick. That you're able to get rid of your cans. And say on the scrap yards that I deal with won't take the cans anymore, and it's just whether I want to collect up a lot of cans and make a journey down to the other scrapyard, which is further away. I don't know, is it worth it for aluminium cans for me?
So,
and most of the aluminium cans I get are my own aluminium cans that I'm drinking Coke from anyhow.
yeah.
I don't actually go actively looking for them. It's just my own ones.
I was at this one yard, and they brought over the claw, and the guy had the bright idea that he was going to use the claw to smash down the cans that were in the big 40-yard bin. And I think he was trying to just move too fast with it, because it's like every time he pulled up the claw, a bunch of cans would, it's like the claw, when it would smash down through, cans would come up around it. And then when he pulled the claw up real fast, cans go flying out of the bin. And I'm like, there ought to be a smarter way to do this.
Surely you think they'd have a compactor system where they put it into some big thing and it just compacts it down and flattens it rather than him doing the machine. Like how they crush the cars, compact the cars. Surely
well, there's another yard that I go to that they have a baler, right?
Yeah.
So they put them in and they all get smashed into these nice uniform cubes and they're baled up. And they have another yard that's got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they squish them together, you see all the remains of the Coke and whatever other stuff coming out the bottom of the baler, because there's always some liquids left in them.
There's because
And you ever notice wherever they store them cans in scrap yards, there's always bees and flies around them, because there's so much content in them.
Yeah, the big yard that does the cans and has the balers, they have a separate area for the aluminum cans, because they don't even want the bin with the aluminum cans, in the buyback area.
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly because they tend to attract bugs.
Oh yeah. Welcome back.
Hey, back.
Sorry about that. I had a call.
That's all right. What I was saying there, 90% of his cans are its own consumption, same as me. That's where all my aluminium cans go. I don't go actively collecting aluminium cans because the money out of them is so little. It's not worth the time collecting them all.
What is this big country scrapper? Do you know what that is?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Is that just a motor you got laying around, or are you actually starting on them barrels?
No, actually, this was a tub of crowns I had sitting up here on top of my bench that I got tired of moving around, so I figured I'd just clean them up real quick and move on with my miserable, pathetic life.
Right.
Miserable.
Well, when you're done all yours, you can come do mine, eh?
I haven't even touched mine. I got to quit getting them, man. I got too many of them damn things.
Yeah, see, what's happening now is he's so many PCs and laptops to get through. When he finally goes back to the scrapyard, they'll have like thousands of motors for him to take.
Well, the problem,
never stop taking them, man. Because I'll tell you, man, take them when you can get them.
That's winter work. But the problem is every time I go there now, because I'm getting the central air units and stuff now. So now I have e-waste, motors, and central air units. So yeah, and they're piling up too. I don't even have time to do those.
You're gonna have to get a bigger location too, Mike.
I mean, them rads pay up, man. I'll tell you, just stockpile them. I mean,
and if my neighbor, not the one on this side, he gives me all this stuff, but there's one on the other side, 2 doors over. He works for another HVAC company, and he's got a garage full of that crap. So I'm trying to coerce him out of getting rid of them.
I mean, you seen that big truckload of rads I took in?
I don't watch your videos.
Oh my!
I don't watch the videos because I feel sorry for that boy. Yeah, that boy he takes abuse. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Red. How's that vice mounting coming?
Well, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, well, get it done, will you?
Why do you need a vice mounter when you have someone that'll hold it there and risks losing their hands at the same time?
Right. You ain't got to be rooted.
That was my thought process behind it. I mean, I have more than one kid. I mean, what's one hand?
Yeah, if one kid loses a hand, just bring the next one in.
I think he's looking for that. He's going to collect that disability stuff, that boy. That's what's
Hey, man, that's why we make spares, bro.
You Scrappy said, that's a good combination, Mike. I could do them all day. So, there you go.
Which one? What combination?
I presume the motors and stuff he was on about, was it?
Oh. I'll tell you what.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I hear people say they could do ACs all day, every day, and everything else, man. But I'll tell you, I pick up anywhere between 300 to 400 a week. I'm telling you, it gets pretty tiring of doing the same thing over and over and over.
I could do
Yeah.
PCs all day long. Wouldn't bother me doing PCs because they're fairly alright. But laptops, oh my god, how can anyone take a laptops away and take them apart every day? I just couldn't do it.
I find that I have to mix stuff up, do some computers, do some servers, do something of, something new and weird. I have to mix stuff up because, just to do this, just PC after PC after PC would just, it just gets to you after a while.
What about wire stripping, Shark? How do you find? Do you strip much wire now, or do you just leave it as it is?
Oh no, I when I throw it in a like a bin, and then when I have enough of it in the bin, then I'll do a strip session with, because that Stripmeister just goes through it like it's butter. So I don't have any
That's what
trouble.
I was going to ask you. How do you find working with the Stripmeister? Do you find it good? Is there much changing of stuff to be done, or is it just fairly okay, fairly good?
It's so much better than that Amazon piece of crap that I used to have. It's so stripping wires.
What do you know about the Amazon piece of crap that I have now?
Don't you ever sit up here and say you're having a strip session again. Don't ever. Hey,
No, go ahead.
You want to have a contest?
No.
I bet I can break down all of these computers by the time you do those little 30 in your shark case. Want to bet?
But you don't break them all the way down, so I'm not going to do that.
Break them all the way down.
You don't break them all the way down,
again.
man.
What do you mean?
Stack up the CDs and you stack up the hard drives and shit's all. You got to clean the boards and.
That's because they have to go to that jackass down in Ohio.
Yeah.
Watchcall goes. He's got desktops from 4 years ago. He has. Oh no, I scrap out desktops like these ones. Now I'll be collecting on Tuesday. I'll scrap them out straight away. Them desktops because they're straightforward. I'll just scrap them out. Take the boards out. Take out the power supply, and that's it.
You know what fries my ass? I take all the laptops I get and I put them into 3 categories: complete good screen, partial good screen, broken. You take them down there, they grab them, just throw them in a box. So, I put all, because I usually have a lot of complete good screens. So that's more like I took like 1,500 pounds of just those. So I put them over the back axle and the back of the truck. So I get down there, and they tossed them in there. So then I had the broken one, which nobody cares about. Well, then I had all the partials in the very front of the van. So they brought the Gaylord box up, and I was just like the hell with it. I was standing in the middle of the truck, grabbed the PCs, and I was throwing them in the damn box. And they didn't care. They didn't say shit. So why do I separate them? No,
I don't know.
If you're still...
Yeah, no problem, Ralph. If we're still going, you can join in. No problem at all.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. But it actually benefited me to go this time because I actually made more than I thought I did. And they screwed up on the hard drives that I took with no board because I had 450 pounds and I ended up with 675. So I think what they did is when they weighed the Gaylord box that already had some in it, they gave me that weight too. So board sort still sucks though.
I was going to say board sort rules.
No, they still suck.
Daniel, I think you're on about a wire stripper was your best investment you made. I presume that's what you're on about.
And I think the other reason I got more was because I gave them all a $20 tip, the 2 guys. So I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
That could have been why too.
Not a bribe, of course.
Yeah.
Just,
no, that was after. But
yeah.
But I'll tell you what, they got one guy down there, and as soon as you pull up, granted he has to come out of the lunchroom because I always get there at lunchtime, and then the other guy behind him is always pissing, moaning, and whining and crying. That guy will go in there, he'll jump in that van, and he'll just start unloading. He don't. So there you go. You get a tip.
Off with his head bought a Stripmeister based on
you can't
review. It's brilliant. So yeah, well, I wouldn't get enough wire to make it viable to buy a strip miter, so I'm afraid until I start getting a wire to do that, I'll stick with the little generic Chinese yoking I have. UK Scrapper, welcome in. Good to see you.
You see what I found on my floor?
You know, how'd you find that in the floor, I wonder? How did you get
No,
there?
right there.
Yeah, how'd that get on the floor?
I don't know. Wind must have blew it.
Hey, Irish, it's like there's a, there's the steps of stripping graduation that you go through, right? You got the knife and, slitting it or drawing the knife through. And then you get one of the things that's got the little pin and you pull it through the little pin. And maybe some people try to design their own thing. And then you're finally like, okay, I need some mechanical help. So you'll make that small investment, that $150 on something from Amazon, which is fine for a lot of people. It's perfectly capable for a lot of people. And then you're like, oh well, man, look at the size of this cable. Let's try to do this. And now you're investing in the $1,000 stripper.
Yeah.
So,
but again, if you're getting that bigger cable and stuff, like the hobbyist like me or the street scrapper guys will be just picking up normal size cable. But the likes of you who's doing work with companies will have, then the bigger cables will be coming your way, because some of them companies you'll be dealing with, them network companies and them other manufacturer factory crowds will have bigger, thicker cables then. So then it's like you need the bigger stripper for that.
Yeah, I mean, and you make the investment based on what's coming in, and it makes sense. So yeah, it's.
Shark, will you buy me a torque set? I don't know where. I appreciate it, but you don't want to see me sitting doing nothing, do you? I'll call you all the time. Better keep me busy.
Will you call me will you not call me if I buy you one?
You gotta buy me two. And I need a new pair of wire cutters. And I need I need a set of these and a pair of wire cutters. And I need a pair of these too, because these just completely died. So those three things, and I'll never speak to you again, I promise.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I need to go and get another drink if that one's empty. Back in a few minutes.
While he's gone, get on Amazon and handle it. No? Oh, well. Oh, wait. I sent Scrapping on the Fly one. Hey, I need that back, Scrapping on the Fly. Oh, shit. What crap on the floor that I didn't even throw on the floor?
How'd that happen?
So, no, I'm trying to get at least a $5,000 load to take Friday.
You should be able to pull that together with all the stuff you got there.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all the server boards, because those run $10 to $15 a piece.
Yeah.
So, and I'll have like a crap load of I-series to send down, and I have a crap load of stuff from a refiner to send. Well, he actually said he might be coming up here in a week or two, so I might be able to meet up with him down in when I go to board sort in there. Hand him.
Do you mail the I-series to Chris, or do you just take them down with you?
No, because they have to go to where he's at. They have to go to Alliance.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
They don't go to Wycliffe. Yeah. But, if I mail them Monday, they get there Wednesday. It's only 2 days to get there.
Yeah.
Unless there's a horrendous vehicle crash on the highway and the truck catches on fire and burns all my shit. And, I always look at the bright side of things.
Yeah, you're right. You always look at the bright side of things.
Bright side. So I think what I'm going to do, since I'm in really good with this server guy now, I took 174 computers, 26 servers, and didn't even touch a little computer in his warehouse. So what I'm going to do is take half of whatever my board sort run is, put that away to get more stuff from him. And this way I can go to board sort once, twice a month. And like I said, he has the warehouse and he has 5 storage units too. So he's got mountains and mountains of stuff.
And
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Would you, like U-Haul, would they do a deal if you're renting a truck off them so many times a month? Will you get a better deal, or is it just always the same price with them?
Yeah, it's the same price.
Okay.
But see, the problem is if I took like a massive load to board sort, I'd have to check with Chris because I think they can only cover like 20 grand or 15 grand a load. You know, because they have to keep their their money going too.
Yeah, they have to keep the cash
So,
flow.
yeah. But I think my biggest thing I ever took down there was like almost 9,000 in one load. But yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm just going to take half of whatever my board sort is, and just put that towards buying more crap. Believe me, he's got crap. I don't even need with him. I don't need the scrap yards, computer stores. I don't need nothing. I can just work off of him and be good to go. But I got a Inspector Gadget's probably gonna be around tomorrow, so I'll probably get a notice. So
Do they have a regular day that they come around?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, okay.
He comes around every day. I see him every day.
Hell, Mike, you might as well live in this neighborhood where the HOA guy drives around every day and writes you up for the size of your bushes or your grass isn't cut right or.
Well, when they vote me up for the grass in the front, I was gonna be a smart ass because if the grass is 6 inches, that's when they write you up. Well, the grass wasn't 6 inches, but the weeds in the grass was 6 inches. So I was going to fight it, but then I looked on the ticket, it said grass and weeds. I said, you son of a bitch. He knows who he's dealing with. So I couldn't work that racket. Oh, well.
That'll drive me mad. Like 6 inches and the right job and stuff like that. Little things like that. You're thinking.
The ordinance. But that's all right, because like I said, I get back with them because I throw all my plastic, all my used motor oil, all my freaking, I let all the refrigerant all over their city air. Payback.
Again, I do not condone anything Michael has said.
And you know what? I'm
gonna have to put a full-time disclaimer going across the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
And
a banner going across.
And I dug up this asphalt that was over top of the cement. I throw that in the city garbage every week. I get rid of a bunch of that crap too. Take that, City of Warren. Bitches. Hurry up and send me my stuff. Dude, your stuff is buried back in there somewhere. You'll get it when you get it. When I get it all.
Later, Corey. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Corey. Thanks for being in.
Yeah, and go away.
So let's see. The latest thing that they did that the HOA was it's like I think they pick a topic and then the guy drives around and he looks for a specific thing because the latest thing was the trees overhanging the street and the sidewalk. So it's like 9 feet over the sidewalk and 13 feet over the street or something like that, and so it's like, what do you have, a measuring stick taped onto the top of your car and you drive along and I don't, it's just, so it's like almost every house in the neighborhood, in the last couple of weeks has ended up with piles of limbs and debris from trimming their trees and stuff, sitting around waiting for the city to pick it up.
My disclaimer is now at the bottom of the screen.
They come up with some crap, I'll tell you that. Well, there's only one problem with your disclaimer. Who's Mike?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Who's Mike? I don't see a Mike anywhere.
Okay. He wished.
Well, you can fix that.
Fast, ain't I?
What God said, Philip said, and I thought I was the dodgy scrapper. Mike beats me.
There you go.
Oh, are you kidding? If you look up dodgy scrapper in the dictionary, there's a picture of Mike.
There is. Oh, and probably next week you won't see me with my ponytail anymore.
Oh,
That might be coming off on Wednesday.
Oh,
are you
yeah?
doing it for charity?
I am donating it.
Yeah, for the cancer thing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm just over the damn thing. I'm sitting the other day. I'm sitting on my bed, so my back's against the wall. And I'm like, where the hell? I thought I was paralyzed or something. I was bleeding on my damn ponytail, so my head went. Took me a minute.
Uh,
I'm over it. What do we got here? An I what? An I. 6100. That's a decent. I guess that's all right. He's got a million freaking i-series computers there. Ton of them. All right.
How much RAM do you think you're getting out of each server? Is there RAM in all the servers you're getting, or is there?
Yeah,
Is it,
yeah, pretty much they all have RAM in them. Most of them are full.
cool.
I don't have to pay that $1 million on eBay, you know.
I was waiting for that one.
I heard there's a guy in Ireland.
I don't know why I mentioned RAM at all, because that it's just like opening the door for a kick in the face every time.
Well, you know how much I got for that RAM I took in? I didn't want to take it in, but a little birdie told me to take it in, so I'm not going to say who that was.
Well, maybe the little birdie told you might be a price drop coming or something. Maybe.
I know something you don't know. How much was that RAM? I took in where is it? 57 pounds, and it was $1,311.
Whoa, nice.
So that wasn't too bad. And then I took some Gold Shield that I found laying on the floor here. I had 4 pounds of that sitting around. I didn't realize it was $9 a pound. It was $9.25, so I got $37 for that. And then
it's like rubbing salt into my wounds.
And then I had those 3 wire pin boards. Those were $10 a pound. That was $60 for those three little boards.
Do you watch Roadhog? He shaved and cut his hair on a €100 bet from Scrapping with Grandpa. He looks 10 years younger.
I ain't shaving my head. Not doing it. I got a lump right here on my head. That's why I don't shave.
He has to change his appearance so the
Freaking
grass man won't recognize him. Yeah, if you change your appearance, they might know who to hand the tickets out to, Mike. Might think it's a new person that's moved in there, and they'll go, "Oh, we'll give him a couple of warnings before we start issuing tickets. He's only new."
Hey, I don't even own the house next door, and I've already gotten 2 warnings on that one. I thought I was gonna be slick and get away with that, but nope, they know. They know.
Who's mate said you have to put your hair in a little man bun?
No. No man bun.
So my wife is
donating it to charity, like, as well. His hair goes to a charity. I was hoping I'd get a bit of his hair and just be able to make a bit of a week out of it.
uh-huh.
I'll send you some. I'll shave my chest.
Can keep your chest hairs.
I'll add a little butt crack in there too for you.
Oh.
Yeah, different texture.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the other hairs. I'd be worried that he'd send you.
Yeah. What were you going to say in chat before I interrupted you?
Oh, my wife said that when she makes her hairdresser appointment in 3 weeks, she's going to tag team both of us with her hairdresser. So her hairdresser can do something with mine.
With your wild hair at the back now growing down.
Yeah, look at that. I'm a freaking hippie.
Back to the 60s, would you?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you eat dinner yet?
Reliving Woodstock. Is that what you're at?
Take it all home with you.
Do 2 ponytails and a collar on the sides, like Princess Leela. Yeah, he'd make some Princess Leela, right? So wouldn't he?
Do I have the ability to drop him? Let's see. What do I have the ability to do here? I'm going to block Roger for that one.
Yeah, you look well with them there at the side, Shark. 2 like buns.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
I will have to have beard for a week, opposite sides for a fundraiser for the RNLI, folks, just looked at you. Yeah, that would get weird looks if you just had half a tash and half a beard. You know?
Wouldn't look weird around here.
Oh, I need a long pair of these too, Shark. Long handle pair.
Okay, well, I'll write that
is
down.
getting longer and longer by the second.
Yeah, no kidding. It's the Mike won't call me if I do this list.
Right. You should be on Amazon already ordering that shit. Sooner I get it, sooner you're free. Don't you want to be free?
That's a song.
Fly, be free.
That's a song. Oh, it's gone. Oh,
Kelly,
what?
that's Kelly is always trying to when a bug gets caught in the house, you know, she tries to catch it and take it out back and set it free, you know, and just, like it's a moth, you know, just kill it. No, let it be free.
Irish, the documentary is called Searching for Our Greener Future. Okay, I must check that out. Is it on YouTube or where is that documentary?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Sucker stick.
Where's sucker stick?
Did my leprechaun not get all them sucker sticks off yet? I couldn't find any leprechauns, so I just sent some dwarfs over instead.
Yeah. The worst. Yeah, I'll be putting some long nights in, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you're doing it for yourself, so it's more enjoyable when you're working for yourself than if you have to work long nights for the man. It's not as enjoyable as it is working for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I want to do, I think I'm just gonna stack up my wire and my extrude it and my copper aluminum heat sinks, and just keep doing the computers till the price is right.
Oh yes, yes. Irish sucker sticks. I like it, Shark.
Shark, did anybody else notice what I called you on the other day?
About the spelling
No.
of the shop where he spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
How do you know I spelled it wrong? Maybe it really was a motorcycle repair ship.
Yeah, we go out on the trip, and then in the middle of the night, we go out on the ocean on our motorcycles. Idiot. That's the first thing I noticed. Is I didn't even look at the video. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
See, that's because Shark, that's the first thing to come to his mind, ships, because of all the time spent on it. You know?
Believe me, when I
No,
was on the
it's
rare,
because I was not paying attention when I typed it.
yeah, whatever. You go there. Believe me, on the occasion I do watch his video, I scrutinize that whole video, second for second.
You just look for
I'm
the
looking
themes.
for something.
Yeah.
He's looking for something. Yeah.
I'm looking for something. No matter how little it is.
Aren't we so nice to each other? The way we just look out for each other's mistakes all the time.
Well,
You know, he's old and feeble, and you know he has problems. So
All right. Anyhow, Shark, what's the plan for the week? Because it's nearly that time to finish up. So, what's your plan for the week?
I need to get some stuff front loaded this week. We've got I'm going up to North Carolina with Kelly to look at an area up there that we're interested in going to and meet with the guy at a yard up there. So I want to try to get some videos loaded up, you know, in the queue for while I'm gone. I don't think I'm going to have any recording opportunities while I'm up there, but you know, it's going to be an interesting week going up to North Carolina.
Okay.
It's an 8-hour drive, so I got 8 hours in the car with the beautiful Mrs. Shark and a golden retriever.
The dog has to go with you, of course.
Well, we have a lady that'll come here and and sit on her, but we figured, take her with us
why you let people sit on your dog?
because our dog loves it. She's weird.
And how long are you going to stay up there? Are you staying for a few days? Is it or?
Yeah, 4 days.
All right. Just wanted Shark to know that you inspired me to dig. There you go, Shark. One for you there. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. I'm glad I could do that.
Up to £6. There you go. So, Mike, what's your plan for the week?
I got nothing going on.
So you're not going to go to Board Sword? Not going to scrap out any servers? Not going to scrap out any PCs? No?
I got some pizza to eat. No, I'm just gonna be screwing around here.
Okay.
Unless my phone rings. And I do have to make a scrap run this week, so could be some stuff coming. I don't know. But I don't have anything scheduled, so I told my server guy.
Has anyone muted her? No one has muted you. We can see your chat there came up. Has anyone muted me? I know now. Earlier on, I was putting comments into with Shark stuff, and a couple of comments wouldn't go in. I had to refresh the screen. Maybe it's a fault that YouTube is having this evening on the chat or something, because a few of them wouldn't think. So I just refreshed the screen, and then it started working again. So I don't know. That might be something that YouTube's chat is playing up or something.
I think
But you're not muted anyhow.
YouTube.
Take care, Paul. I should have a video up this week. I think I'll do a video this week. I've taken a couple of weeks off, so I think I'll do a video this week and be live again next Sunday. So hopefully. So before I finish up, again, as always, thanks to everyone that came up on the panel. Thanks to everyone who's been in the chat. If you haven't hit the like, please consider hitting the like before you leave. And till next week, stay safe and catch you all next week. I don't want to do the Ralph Morrick thing, seeing you didn't make the end.
Scrap y'all later.
Bye bye, guys.